Welcome everybody to Madden 09. Finally, it's time for my Cupcake Franchise Rebuild to begin. And this is going to be the introductory live stream showing you the team, the uniforms that are custom, the custom stadium as well. And we'll get to know this roster a little bit as we begin one of the more out there ideas on the channel as far as rebuilds and franchise goes. Now, Madden 21 is out now, but I've been looking to do something new. Franchise hasn't changed much in recent years, especially from 20 to 21. So if I want to do something I haven't done before, I really have to look elsewhere, come up with some new ideas. And 8 years ago, or 9 now, Madden took out the created team feature, and it was a great feature that allowed you to create a custom team that was fun to rebuild. And what we're doing here is the Madden 09 Cupcake Franchise Rebuild. So what that means is that I've created a team with a cupcake roster template. And that sounds... It is how it sounds. The team is not very good. They are supposed to be a bad team that you have to rebuild. And on top of that, on top of the fact that it's a cupcake roster, I made it even more challenging. Because when you make a cupcake roster in this game, it gives you a quarterback who's basically a 75 overall rookie with good ratings. I'm sorry, but we're going to have to earn everything in this series. So no, our starting quarterback here for the team, I forgot to tell you about the team, the Austin Venom. That is my created team. I had only a handful of logos to choose from, and I thought I did the best I could with what was given to me. So why don't we go first to the custom team creator, and I'll show you all the stuff I made for this team. But basically this series is going to be all about taking a team that is so low rated, lower rated than any NFL team, maybe lower than the NFL Europe teams from like 15 years ago, and I want to build them up from the ground up, and I can't wait to get into it. So obviously one of the fun parts here was that I had to build my own team, create some uniforms, and immediately the team feels like yours when you're able to do that. And I forgot how good some of the stadiums were in these games. You got some options that, you know, we'd love to see in the modern Madden games. But first up, I want to show you just the logo and everything. Of course, we are the Austin Venom. I would have been the Austin Vipers, but there's actually a semi-pro football team called the Austin Vipers, so I wanted to switch it up there. And I chose to have them in Texas because I wanted to create a rivalry here with them and the Dallas Cowboys. I have to put them somewhere in the league, and I chose the NFC East, replacing Washington, so we'll face the Cowboys, Eagles, and Giants. And hopefully we can craft a little rivalry there. We're a cupcake team. There aren't any strengths on this roster, especially after I release the quarterback. Weaknesses everywhere. Here are the logos we have here. The main Vipers one, and then the secondary Vipers logo, which isn't like a very good secondary logo, but I think that a couple of designs I came up with incorporating it turned out pretty well. We're going green and black here. It is a very unique color scheme you don't typically see in, you know, football a whole lot. I guess it's similar to like the Boston Celtics. How about we go to the uniforms here? Everybody loves uniforms. And now there aren't a million options here, so I had to do what I could with like 5 choices as far as uniform templates. So here we have the home uniforms with the green jerseys and the black trim. This comes with white pants with a black stripe, along with a black helmet with green trim. Those are the current home uniforms, and I can change this at any time in franchise mode. I can edit my home, my away, and my 2 alternates. So for away uniforms, I don't know yet how I like this look. I like the uniform top a lot here, but I don't know if I like the green pants with it, but that's what we have for now. I think that this actually makes the helmet look really nice. I actually like this helmet a lot with a secondary logo. I thought that turned out pretty well. Oh yeah, I guess we do have the Jets color scheme. I forgot about the Jets. I like this helmet a lot. I think that's a really nice look. The green face mask is a good accent. But I think this look here works as well. For alternates, we can do a lot of unique stuff here. And actually, I might go with black pants here on this uniform. I can change it at any time. But I don't know how it would look. Black pants and then the trim comes down. I would have like a different color there. It might look a little weird. It might go white pants there or something. Kind of reminds me of one of the teams in Friday Night Lights that had this color scheme a little bit. I can't remember who it was. But they had like black and white uniforms. Now, the alternate uniforms allowed me to get a bit more creative. And here we made basically what is a black color rush like uniform. So pretty much everything is black except for the numbers and the accents. We got the green down the sides, the green numbers. I really like how these ones look. It's a really nice alternate look for the team. And then we have one more. These are the away alternates that I probably won't use away because I felt like there was just, you know, a lot more I could do if I just made an all green look. So it's basically the opposite of this one. Although it's actually a different jersey type because I wanted this to be more of a solid look. Whereas this one, I chose to go this route. And I can always edit this if it's not, you know, if people aren't feeling it. But those are the uniforms. I think, you know, with the few options I was given here, I like what I did with them. But hey, how about the stadium, everybody? You want to take a look at our current stadium here? Of course, we're going to have no roof on this. Don't expect any snow here unless the game does allow it to snow heavily in Central Texas. We'll see about that. But I didn't realize that like the end zones would actually be themed to really fit the team. We have these snakes in the corners. It looks super cool. I love how that looks. A better view of it here. The modern open end zones are pretty nice, more interesting than most of these, and I like having the snakes on either side. If we check out the field, I like the end zones a lot here. I think those look really nice. Playing on natural grass as well. So that's the customization options you get here in the older Madden games. And you can't do this in the newer ones. You can't create a team from scratch. And you don't get as many options here when it comes to stadiums. And forget about uniforms. Some of the ones EA has in there are pretty good, but they've been in there for so many years and there's just no customization to it. Even though this system was simple, I didn't have a lot of options. I was still able to make it my own. So let's get back into franchise mode now, and I want to start introducing you to our roster. I talked earlier about how I had dropped the starting quarterback because they're basically a first-round rookie equivalent. I want to be able to earn players and development. I don't want to just be given a lot for just a base roster. Now, there are a few interesting players that are on this roster, and I was okay having some of them just because I don't think every single player here should be replaced. It's cool to have at least a few you can build around, but then it's all about adding players around them. So there are a couple good pass rushers on the team, and you'll notice 7 players here, I think, above 70 overall. Not very many, and not always at the most impactful positions or with the right skill set. So, the number 1 player on the team in terms of overall, we actually have 2. Let's talk about Corey Bryan here. He is basically our best player at left tackle. 77 overall, 88 strength, and some pretty solid blocking ratings as well. Now, I thought it was a little bit cheap to have like some good linemen right off the bat, so maybe I can be convinced that I shouldn't have these linemen, but we don't have a lot of players over 70. I just decided to drop the quarterback, and I think a couple players that I thought were a little higher rated. But let's go to our tight end now, Sylvester Truman, who is a 77 overall, 6'7", 271, but he possesses only 62 speed and only 74 catching. So he is not going to be putting up huge receiving numbers. As a matter of fact, he might be a better fit at tackle. Especially when you consider the 69 injury that he has. Now, one of the players I think we could build around is Percy Chapman at defensive end. He lines up at 5'10", 215 pounds. I didn't edit that. I can't edit that. That's just how he came in. Only 61 speed, 81 strength, low agility, low acceleration, but wait a minute. He has 97 finesse moves? Okay then. Can we build around Percy Chapman? He's a high overall player off the bat, with ridiculous finesse moves, but he's not actually that athletic. And he's 5'10", 215. I decided to keep him on the team because he's such a unique player. We have some pretty good offensive linemen here, at least to start out, but none of them are anywhere close to being like top level starters or anything, so I don't know what to expect. Phil Holt is our right guard. We have Ollie Austin, Edward Carson, and then we get into some of our skill players. Why don't we go to the quarterback position though? Let's go Geno Harris at quarterback. A 51 overall. He is our starter. Number 2, Geno Harris. He has 79 throw power and 67 throwing accuracy. I can't wait to see how that plays on the field. Here's Geno, backed up by Stanley Kaufman, who has only 38 speed, and his arm is even worse. How about our running backs? Well, we do have a starter here at 65 overall, Roderick Moore, 5'9", 209. He's one of the fastest players on the team at 81 speed. These are the ratings that are given to you off the bat, and you cannot edit them in this game. There is no full player editing. 81 speed, 81 elusiveness. He has some jukes and spins in there, and the development in this game does make it possible to increase a player's speed, so don't think 81 is going to be forever. But it's not much to start out with. By the way, his backups have 73 and 69 speed. That's what we have in this series. At wide receiver, one player I think we're going to try building around is Marcus O'Donnell. He has 84 speed, and you guessed it, that makes him the fastest player on the entire football team. Marcus O'Donnell does have pretty solid ball carrier vision, spin, and juke. 72 catching. Is that going to be good enough? I don't know. I have not played a game with these players yet. I did play some of this game to test things out, but I was playing with teams that were way better and way faster than this team. We have 3 players in the 80s for speed. So just think about our secondary. With 184 speed corner, 74 speed Heath Mathis, and 73 speed Landon Brickley. We are basically not allowed to play man coverage. Who are we keeping up with this kind of speed? That's not going to work very well. I think the offensive line will be the strength of this team. We'll be looking for a strength on the defensive side of the football. And who do you look for when you need an impact? Every team needs a leader. And I think one player who could emerge as a leader on this team is Leon Daniels. Lining up at outside linebacker, Leon Daniels will be one of our starting linebackers. Only 66 speed, but 99 heart, 74 zone coverage. Leon Daniels gets his shot. We'll get to know more of the team as we continue and who we can actually count on to build around. I only see a few players that I really think we can build around, but I'm sure there'll be some surprises along the way. So welcome everybody to the Austin Venom Cupcake Rebuild franchise on Madden 09. Perhaps you'd like to check out the finances on this team. Well, here are the highest paid players on our roster. Don't you like this? This is a pretty cool menu that I wish were in the newer Maddens. Seeing stuff like this, the salary cap breakdowns and everything. So, we do have cap space, 82 million of it, and you would be able to do a lot with that under normal circumstances. If I was allowing myself to just say, okay, we're gonna sign whoever we want here, all these, solid players could join our team, and we could just, fast track the rebuild and skip some steps by signing Dante Culpepper and going out to get someone like Eddie Kennison. Like, that's not what this is about. It's about growing the team, and that's why I have some restrictions in place. So, here are the rules in place that I'll be abiding by for the rebuild. First up, team has to be custom. It is. I have to release my starting quarterback because he was equivalent of a first-round rookie, and I did that. So we have to figure out what we're going to do there. Now, for trading, I'm just going to say no trading allowed because it's just too easy to exploit the systems, and I'm not trying to skip steps in the rebuild. I'm not looking for shortcuts. So, free agency. How do we handle that because we have the salary cap, and we could conceivably go sign a lot of players? Alright, here are the rules, everybody, that I'll be following for this series. In year one, I'm not allowed to make signings. Year one is about playing with this team, figuring out who we can build around, and embracing the struggle and the challenge. So no signings allowed in year one except for injury replacements. And if I do sign injury replacements, they have to be the lowest rated at that position. But following the first year, free agency opens up. But we're going to have some restrictions. If we can't win a single game, we can't sign any free agents to replace players. But if we can get 1 to 4 victories, we can begin signing some of the low-level free agents. Yes, this is like Blackjack's Lion's Den. I've definitely taken a lot of inspiration from his ridiculous rebuilds. Once we get to 5 wins, we can begin signing players, 70 to 75 overall. And you can see as we go up in victories, we can sign better players. And once we've made the playoffs in our playoff caliber team, then it's no holds barred. We can go and sign anybody that we want. But the idea behind these rules is to make it so we have to earn everything from the bottom to becoming a playoff caliber team. Now for contracts, there's a lot you can do with contracts in this game, and I don't want it to be exploited, okay? So I could identify players on our roster that I think we could build around and offer them cheap 7-year contracts, locking them in at a low price point and making the salary cap easy to manage in the future. So I'm making it a lot more realistic in saying that free agents, and actually anybody on the team, under an 80 overall can only be signed to 3 years or less. Free agents 80 overall or higher, no limit. Because those are the players that actually get long-term deals. And when I draft players, I can sign them to 4 years or less. You get to offer them contracts yourself. So those are the restrictions I have in place. I don't want there to be shortcuts here, and I wanted rules that would keep me from, cheating the rebuild. I want it to be all about developing and earning every bit. It's kind of like an RPG system here. I wanted to build one for myself, and I probably wouldn't have built this if it weren't for seeing Blackjack do it in Festivus, in his Lion series. He has so many good ideas that he's done over on his Twitch channel. The scouting, I think you're all gonna really like. There are some pretty cool features in here that aren't in the modern Maddens, and we'll see more of them once we're in the actual season. But right now, it's preseason, which means we need to start getting this team on the field to see how they play. So that's what we're going to focus on now, everybody. And one more thing, we have weekly training every single week. So we're able to pick a few different players that we want to see improve, and we can do drills with them. So I'm going to start out, let's start out with Geno Harris, okay? What do we want to upgrade for our quarterback? Well, We can choose a lot of different stuff here. Depends on what ratings you want to see get better. I'll choose accuracy for Geno Harris. And you choose what difficulty you want to do the drill on. I'll choose All-Pro in this instance. Let's also go to wide receiver Marcus O'Donnell. I think he's going to be one of our players that we have a chance to really build. Now, I could upgrade his speed, but that requires me to do the 40-yard dash, and it's so hard in this game. But we'll give it a shot anyway. I'll try to do pro difficulty and see if I can earn a couple points there. I can choose 3 drills, it looks like. Maybe I can earn more with time. I'm not exactly sure. But why don't we do a drill here with Leon Daniels as well. Let's go big hitter. We got to make some plays. Will I be playing all Madden? To start out, I want to try all pro and see how it goes. From what I've played, it handles itself pretty well. And I'm playing with a pretty bad team too, a really bad team. But if it needs to go up to all Madden, then I can make that happen. Oh no, the 40-yard dash. We're coordinators in 09. Yes, there are coordinators you can sign in this game, and they will have impact on your players' ratings. Come on, we need a good 40-yard dash here, and I don't think we're going to even get in the 4s. 4.81. That's better than a lot of my 40s end up. I don't think I earned much for a 4.81. Now here's the quarterback challenge. This one's a little bit easier, but I wonder if Geno's accuracy is going to be an issue like here at all. So here's Geno Harris, our starting quarterback here in season number 1. Hey, a nice throw and catch there, avoiding the defenders. The drills aren't all that difficult. After a while, you can kind of learn the patterns and the plays and see what you have to do to succeed. Some of them are a little tough. Some plays. Oh, wow. Some of the tackles in this game are also pretty nice. Trying to get into the end zone again. There we go. What an adjustment there. That's Marcus O'Donnell, our number 1 wide receiver. Up top, end zone shot. That's broken up. This one's a little weird. Like, this is for Leon Daniels, but I can control anybody. Some of the drills are a little weird, and I imagine that I probably won't show a lot of them in the episodes, because I think after a while they'll kind of get a little stale. But just wanted to show you the options that are here for making your players better. There we go. Good wrap-up tackle. There we go. Good hit stick. There we go. That's solid. No more touchdowns. They'll get one more playoff, probably. No touchdown here. There we go. The hit stick connects once again. That should be enough to get some upgrading right. Alright, so I don't think I got any development here. Or I did. I got 2 points for Marcus O'Donnell if I want to upgrade his speed. I can keep doing these 40-yard dashes. For Geno Harris, I actually did not earn enough points. And for Leon Daniels... Oh, his big hitter is actually upgraded. I wonder if I missed that for Harris, and that actually did improve. But all that's left now is to get into the preseason and to get to know this team ahead of our very first year. I just want to write down some numbers quick. I forgot to do this earlier, so I know roughly who a lot of our players are. For running backs, we have 21, Roderick Moore. 20 is Deron Nelson. And 37 is Steve Pruitt. For wide receivers, Marcus O'Donnell at number 17. Chris Clemens at number 14. Clay Newton is 88. Kenyatta Berger is number 80. And Ken Mason. Now, Mason is a player I really want to try to play with here in preseason. He's our lowest rated receiver, but... he has 66 speed. That's not very good. I just saw that now. I was excited about his 83 route running, but how does that work at 66 speed? I don't even know what to expect from this team on the field. I've never played with a team this bad before. But it's time, everybody. Let's get into our very first preseason game today. And here we go, everybody. Preseason football with the Austin Venom is here. Marcus O'Donnell will handle everything here. Kicks, punts, catching a lot of passes, hopefully. He might be our most important player right now. We're underway, everybody. Geno Harris getting things underway with the Austin Venom, and we'll start in the air and have a quick catch. There we go. We're 1 for 1. That is an 8-yarder to Chris Clemens. I see a brick wall defender. I forgot about those, what do they call them in this game? Those, like, abilities or traits. Trying to get outside here, and we're going to get a first down at least on our first drive. That's Roderick Moore. Oh yeah, those are the weapons. So, kind of similar idea to the abilities nowadays in Madden 21. Let's go back to the air here with Geno. I gotta know if I can trust him. We're gonna buy some time here. Geno on the move! It's dropped. Alright. Oh no, they're bringing down the safeties. They know what's coming. We got Moore to the right side, breaking a tackle, and he'll pick up 4 yards, setting up 3rd and 6. At what point do we test Big Geno's arm strength, though? Let's keep extra protection here. They're going to bring 4. Got time. Needing more of it. Here's Geno. He lobs it way downfield, and it's broken up. Very tight coverage there from the Bills. All right. I am not excited to see how this defense plays. I think we're going to get just destroyed by everything. And now I said I couldn't play man coverage, but can I even play zone coverage? To me, the safest defense we can call is 2-man under, because at least there's safety help over the top. But receivers could easily fly by them too. All right. Here we are. The Bills take over. Is that Marshawn Lynch in the backfield? It is. And there goes Lynch up the middle, making a move. He picks up about 16 yards. What is the team's overall? Thank you for asking. They're a 61 overall. Trent Edwards is the quarterback. Edwards would easily be the best player on our team from an overall standpoint, I imagine. I don't know how we're going to stop the run this year, but here's a throw to the outside for Lee Evans. But I'll be working on that in the next Kalispell episode next up. Open, and Evans makes the catch again. Bills inside the 20. Fake to Lynch, firing to Hardy inside the 5, and Buffalo makes it goal to go. 4 yards out now. I think it's going to be beast mode. There he is, Lynch. Easy, touchdown, Buffalo. And there really wasn't much we could do there defensively. All right, we'll go play action here to start this drive, away from the pressure. And Geno resets to find his man. Not bad. So someone asked earlier, as we hit a pass across the middle for Chris Clemens, but someone asked if this will be an edited series. It's not going to be edited like Kalispell and Broncos. It's going to be edited for the second channel. So live commentary still. So we're moving the ball a bit better here. Nice catch. The adjustment by Roderick Moore. We'll take that. We're moving the ball better on this drive. Come on. No! Dropped by Marcus O'Donnell, who's supposed to be our #1 receiver. And hopefully he can become that player for us. I love how tight that coverage was, though. All right, now we have to figure out what our kicker can handle, by the way. This is Logan Farr. A 40-yard try. Right hash. Okay, he can handle that. I wasn't sure what to expect. So let's try a more aggressive approach. What do you say about that? I'm not using sliders on this game, partially because there isn't a traditional slider system. I can't edit CPU sliders, for instance, and that's nearly picked off. All right, that was a good play. I can edit some user stuff if I need to, but we'll just kind of see how things go. Good tackle on Lynch. Come on, let's get our first stop. I want to see us force a punt. They're going to play action. Edwards, crossbody, and almost picked. All right, last play of the opening quarter. Quick slant through the hands of Marcus O'Donnell. From the 18, Edwards with time. Caught again. Hardy turns up. We don't have the speed to stop him. Touchdown, Buffalo. We're going to be frustrated by this speed all season long. I don't want to see it again, but here we are. Off the back foot and through the hands again. I'm tired of these drops already. We're in the first game of the preseason. All right, 36 seconds to go here in the first half of the first preseason game with this team. Only a two-man rush. They still got pressure. Come on, man. You got to protect Geno better than that. Here we go. They're bringing pressure over the top and leading out of bounds. So that's kind of the extent of his arm strength there. What is this? Looks like a spike. It's not. Outside again. Stevie Johnson to the 5 and goal to go. Hey, we got a pick. Are we going to score a touchdown? Here we go inside the 30 and he's going to be caught from behind. Wow. Like, I think Chenault should get some looks there. Caught over the middle. We're inside the 10. Goal to go for the Venom. Deron Nelson gets us there. First and goal. Nowhere to go for Nelson. We're rolling right here. Can we get to the end zone? We got a chance! It is a touchdown! Stanley Kaufman scores our first touchdown here in the preseason. 38 speed Stanley Kaufman just ran that in. And that backfield is pretty jammed. I mean, there's Mostert and Coleman who are two solid players. So where does McKinnon fit in volume-wise? There we go! We got ourselves another takeaway. That's a forced fumble. And we will take over now. So 4th down and 6 here. Outside and caught! That is a first down for the Venom. That was really nice. And that's the receiver I wanted to see more of too. That was Ken Mason. Last play of the third quarter is right here. 3rd and 10. Again outside. Got it. That's a first down. O'Donnell in the game now. And we're going to go to the end zone here off the back foot, and it's way out the back of the end zone. 4th down and 7. Good coverage. We extend. There he goes again. Kaufman slides inside the 5. We keep it on the ground here, and Nelson is in. That's a touchdown. Now it's only a 7-point game. 3rd down and 5. They'll pitch it out now. And Jackson makes a move, and he's got the first down. Any team that attacks us outside is a smart team. We don't have the speed. Around this time in the stream, my internet dropped, and I had to do the rest on my own. So we'll wrap up the preseason here and get ready for the regular season, which will begin next episode. But I hope this is a good preview to see what it's going to be like to build this team on this game. It's difficult, it's supposed to be very challenging, and it was fun to play with this team. And I feel that Madden 09 gives us a solid place to do a series like this. So you can leave your feedback down below, let me know what you think. I will be tinkering with sliders just a little bit, probably dropping user CPU accuracy a little bit, the pass blocking as well. But nothing major in terms of settings is going to be changing or anything. I felt like the game felt as it should. We played like a team that just wasn't that good. We dropped a lot of passes, we had a lot of blocking issues, and just struggled to make big plays. Now, for much of this first preseason game, things were pretty close because we got a couple very fortunate turnovers. But even with those, we still end up dropping the game by 17 points. Now, the experience in this series is going to be similar to, say, my Buccaneers series or the NFL head coach series, where we play some games, but we're also going to do some simulating to speed things up. We're going to play the biggest games on the schedule and simulate a lot of the others, and hopefully have a good pace to this rebuild. Now, I simmed the rest of the preseason, and I actually really like the sim logic here in Madden 09. I mean, we had a 49-6 finish and a 35-5 loss here in the preseason. We threw 0 passing touchdowns in 4 games. Not even one by accident. We have 1 injury going into our season. We lose Brent Harry, one of our starting defensive tackles, to a torn pectoral. He will miss the first 10 weeks of the season. Here's a look at the stats on the preseason. None of our quarterbacks played very well. We only have 2 on the roster. The running was very inefficient, but at least Roderick Moore had like the same yard per carry as Le'Veon Bell last season. And at wide receiver, some kind of weird numbers here. Berger had 15 catches for just 82 yards. 5.4 yards per catch for a receiver is unheard of. But I don't think you're going to see the most typical stats for this team. And I can't wait to see what a team like this can produce over 16 weeks. Should we stay healthy, I have no idea what to expect for receivers that play on a regular basis, or even running backs. Everything here is new for me, and I think doing something new like this will bring a nice boost to just excitement for a series like this. I'm just hoping to have a fun time building this team, and hopefully we have some intense games along the way and we grind our way to making the Venom a true force in the NFC East. One thing I'm extremely excited about for this series is the scouting process. It is so much better than what Madden has nowadays. We get full scouting reports on players, giving you very good indications of what a player's strengths and weaknesses are, as well as their athletic profile very early on. It's fun going through different positions and seeing the scouting reports change, and then thinking about where a player could fit on your roster. Pretty much anybody that we scout's going to be an upgrade, so I can't wait to get to our first draft. I'm not having any trades allowed, so just 7 picks in the 7 rounds and go from there. There are some really fun scouting reports though I've already found, like Ty Bender here. He runs 4.35, and one of his top strengths is his hit power. We could use a player like that on a rebuilding team. And then we go to defensive end Tracy Curtis, 4.55, with the speed to drop back into coverage. I don't know what some of these always refer to, like lacks certain skills you'd expect in an NFL caliber player. But I'm sure we'll learn as we go here how to figure out what these scouting reports are trying to tell us. The kicker ones are kind of fun as well. Here we have a kicker who, in the scouting report, it says that we can't count on him to stop the returner if he's about to break a long kick. It's giving us scouting reports on just kicking. I love it. This is so much better than just a letter grading system for 3 ratings. Here's Al Redding, has a questionable psyche, once wore a jazz dance slipper to kick. That's the kind of personality we need here in our scouting systems. So we're gonna kick things off next episode with our very first game in Austin Venom history against the New York Giants. I love the NFC East teams from this era. I can't wait to play against Eli Manning, Tony Romo, Donovan McNabb. Really iconic players. And going through the rest of these over 10-year-old rosters will be really fun as well. So I hope you enjoyed this first look at the Austin Venom on Madden 09. Leave your feedback down below. If you think it's a cool idea, let me know. If you're not really into it, I understand. It's definitely a weird idea on an old game, so I don't blame anybody who's not interested. But I hope that those of you that give it a shot find enjoyment here and enjoy something new on the channel. So please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in our first game next time. Have a great day, everybody.